Welcome to Road to Recovery.
Hello and welcome to Road to Recovery, advocacy and insights for trucking accidents with Sagi Shaked. Sagi is founder of Shaked Law Personal Injury Lawyers and is ranked as one of the top 100 trial lawyers in the United States by the American Trial Lawyers Association. With a wealth of experience in personal injury, wrongful death, and complex litigation cases, he passionately advocates for victims and has recovered multi-million-dollar settlements in damages for his clients. I am your host, Kevin Rosenquist, and today's episode is a good one. We're going to talk about Amazon delivery accidents, the critical mistakes that could destroy your case. Listen now before it's too late. Sagi, excited for this one. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, this is going to be a good one because we see a lot more of Amazon cases recently.
I'm not surprised considering how many Amazon trucks and vans you see driving around everywhere. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's so many of them out there. You know, with everybody ordering more packages, you see a lot more of the 18-wheelers, a lot more of the vans, and a lot more of the cars. So it's just more and more. And I think it all stems back. If you go back to years ago when Amazon first came out, they had issues with getting their deliveries there on time. And so they changed from, hey, we're not just a store anymore online. Well, we're going to be the freight forwarder. We're going to get everything to you. We're going to get it to you the same day if you have Prime. So they changed all that. Instead of relying on FedEx and UPS and DHP or DHL, whatever it is that they have out there, they became their own trucking company. And that's why you see they're all over the place and dominating I think they're the number one trucking company in the world right now.
I would not doubt it. I would definitely not doubt it. There's a lot of people involved here, kind of as you were saying. So who's legally responsible in Amazon delivery accidents? The driver, Amazon, somebody else?
Yeah, so the way Amazon does this, they're very, they spend their money. And like trucking companies, Amazon is no different. They're looking always to protect their money. And so what they do is when we can talk about, let's say, the 18-wheelers, we'll start to the semi-trucks. They try to get creative with the way they put together their program. So they'll have what they call a DSP or a delivery service provider who they hire and basically say, you're independent, you're not us, except Amazon controls every aspect of this supposed independent contractor. So what they're trying to do is Amazon is trying to distance themselves from being a freight company or a delivery company, but that's exactly what they are. So they try to distance themselves by hiring these independent contractors, which they call DSPs, delivery service providers. But it doesn't work with the courts. The courts don't buy that. They might do it for tax purposes because they don't want to pay independent contractors the way you should. But from a legal standpoint, while they try to do it, they're sneaky. They do get away with a lot because what will happen is you get a crash. You're going to sue the Amazon driver. You're going to sue Amazon, and you're going to sue this DSP. But the DSP will tell you Amazon's not involved. We're separate and apart from Amazon. We have our own tax ID. We have our own company. It'll be, for example, we'll just use a company name, ABC Trucking. And we're not Amazon, we're ABC Trucking. But it's weird. They only work for Amazon. They only do Amazon shipping. Amazon controls where they ship, when they ship, how they ship, what times they ship, what routes they take, what uniforms they wear, really everything. It's just what they would call an alter ego. Just to try to, you have people who, they sometimes they cause horrific collisions where people get maimed, killed. And, this is a way Amazon can try to get away with it and say, oh, we hired this team. We just sell stuff online. No, you don't. You can try to be slick about it. So again, you're going to sue Amazon. If there's an Amazon truck involved, do not let them trick you and tell you that their Amazon is not involved. They are involved. You just need to dig deep down and continue to litigate and not take their, frivolous defenses that they put on you. So we've handled this before. We know how to handle it. So if you have questions, call us on these Amazon cases and we'll be able to walk you through it or help you with your case.
What are some of the more unique challenges of pursuing a claim against Amazon compared to other companies?
So yeah, that's a great question because they're very sneaky about how they do this. They try to say they're not involved. The independent contractors, these delivery service providers, they're completely independent. They're not us. So they try to, create these lease agreements and they try to say that they're not involved in any aspect of anything, and they'll send you all types of documentation to try to pull a fast one on you. But the reality is they're trying to pull a fast one on the independent contractor, because they're leaving that independent contractor on the hook for a verdict that could be, if someone died or someone was maimed or really hurt, brain injured, millions and millions of dollars. And they're leaving the DSP, which is this delivery service provider, exposed to multi-million-dollar judgments when all they're doing is just really working for Amazon, because Amazon is the one that helps them, set up their tax ID, set up their LLC, set up their corporation. They teach them how to run the business. You don't even need experience as a truck driver to open one of these delivery service providers. All you got to do is want to run a business, and suddenly you're in business. And I'm not poo-pooing Amazon for doing that, but to try to avoid legal liability for what you're doing by creating this scheme and this structure is wrong, because they're hurting people. And it's not right, because they want to deliver stuff faster than anyone else. And that in turn causes people, the drivers, to have to meet these crazy demands. And there you go. You get accidents and people's lives get, turned upside down from it.
It's interesting. Why do you think that the DSPs, delivery service providers, is it just worth the risk to them because of the business?
Yeah, they're getting guaranteed business. Think about how busy Amazon is. So if you pass by anybody's house, or if you live in a building, they're just delivering 7 days a week. It's not just Monday through Friday. It's all the time deliveries. Overnight, they'll deliver the same day, or, we constantly get boxes in my house. My daughter is ordering up like a storm. So there's just boxes upon boxes upon boxes. And I know I see it when everywhere in town, people are ordering, whether it's to a business location or not. They're just ordering, and the deliveries and the promises that they make force people to do a certain amount of deliveries. They just don't have enough delivery drivers when they're promising these deliveries. So it's a problem that they have and they need to fix. Don't over deliver if you're going to cause people to get hurt and then fall behind that, corporate scheme that you created with the delivery service provider.
Why is it risky to try to deal with Amazon's insurance adjusters directly? I know we talked about this before, but is there something? What about Amazon in particular is difficult?
So the insurance adjusters are going to say, we have nothing to do with Amazon. We're the insurance company for the delivery service provider for this trucking company, ABC Corporation, or whatever they call themselves. And this is all we know. When in reality, it's the lawyer's job, like it would be our job, to say, I just don't believe what you're saying. I know the law. I know what's going on here. I know that Amazon's behind this whole thing. We're going to get Amazon involved. We're going to get their insurance involved. We're not just going to rely on what you're telling us, which is a delivery service provider. There's only $1 million of insurance. And I know $1 million sounds a lot. When someone's leg is amputated or someone's life is taken, it's not a lot when you think about they have 30, 40, 50 years to live. And this whole family is now seeking psychological care or psychiatric care because of what happened to their loved one, or someone who needs a prosthetic for the rest of his life or her life because of what, Amazon did, and the way they are ignoring the safety part of it just because they got to meet these ridiculous deadlines that they set on themselves.
Obviously, you get the David and Goliath thing when you think about it. Trying to take on Amazon is like, it sounds so daunting. How does their sheer size, and of course with that the resources, impact the chances of winning a case against them?
As a lawyer, you've got to be able to go with them toe to toe all the way to the end. And your firm has to have, or the firm you hire has to have the manpower and the money to go toe to toe to hire all the experts. So it's not just one case. It's, depending on the type of case, you may have accident reconstruction experts, human factors experts, trucking experts, a telematics expert, electronic download of the black box expert. There'll be all types of experts involved that you need to get into these cases, and it can get extremely expensive when, Amazon's going to hire them. They're just going to have all those experts no matter what. And then on top of those experts, if it's an injury case, the insurance company or Amazon's going to hire an orthopedic doctor, a neurologist, a pain management doctor, a physiatrist, a life care planner, an economist, Then you have all the what they call liability experts, the experts to how the crash happened, a trucking expert, human factors expert, an accident reconstruction expert, someone who talks about the standards in trucking, then someone to talk about the telematics and how that plays. So all this, you're spending a couple $100,000 just to litigate this case, and Amazon doesn't care. They make that in like 1/10 of a second. They'll fight you all the way to the end. So you've got to be able to withstand the money that Amazon is going to spend, and you've got to go toe to toe with them. Not be afraid just because they're either a big insurance company or a company like Amazon. And that's what we do at our firm. We fight them. We don't let them beat us down. We will take them to task. We will meet them in trial, and we will beat them. That's our job. And, there's no amount of money that they can pour on that we're not going to match them toe to toe in your case.
As far as the injuries and the accidents go, do you see more of the 18-wheeler truck accidents, or do you see more of just like the more local delivery accidents, or is it kind of just half and half?
Yeah, it's kind of half and half. You see a lot of the 18-wheeler accidents because, unfortunately, for some reason, the drivers on the 18-wheeler side, the demands on them are extremely high. And so we see a lot of that. But you do see them in the vans, box trucks, and you start seeing them now in cars too. They're delivering in cars as well. Yep. Some of the same day stuff that they're delivering from their warehouses. So it's happening there too. Again, the demands they have to meet with the time pressures are causing a lot more accidents. So we see them again on the trucking side and on the vans and car side as well. It's just more and more of those Amazon deliveries on the road. And, a delivery service provider is not on the van side or the car side. That's completely different. But we see both of those as well, or all three of those.
What kind of injuries do you come across the most when it comes to these accidents?
So you're talking about trucking accidents, whether it's Amazon or any other truck, you're going to see, an 80,000-pound vehicle fully loaded coming at someone. If it's on a 95 or a highway, they're going to cause some serious injuries. We've seen wrongful death cases. We've seen people who have been completely paralyzed from these crashes. We have a couple going on right now. So these things happen. So you have to really get a skilled lawyer who knows what they're doing so you can get that fair and full compensation, and they don't undersettle your case, because some lawyers have pressures to meet and they trying to settle cases fast. You really want to get the full value of your case and not just take the first couple of offers they make you.
Are there deadlines or legal time limits that people need to be aware of when it comes to Amazon trucking accidents?
Yeah, there definitely are. And it depends on the state that you're in. So for example, we'll use Florida, for example. If you're in Florida, if your truck accident or your crash or your accident happened before March 24th of 2023, then you have 4 years to bring a lawsuit for injuries. If your lawsuit happened before March 24th, 2023, and it's a wrongful death, then you have 2 years from that date. So for wrongful death cases, it's 2 years no matter when it occurred. But if the truck accident or car accident occurred after March 24th of 2023, then you don't have 4 years, you have 2 years. So let's go over that real quick. Before March 24th of 2023, injuries, that's 4-year statute of limitations. If it's after March 24th, 2023, it's 2-year statute of limitations. And then one more caveat. If it's a wrongful death case, it's 2 years. That statute doesn't apply to wrongful death cases. It still stayed the same. It's 2 years. So if a family member or a friend passed away in a truck collision in Florida, it's 2 years to bring that lawsuit, or you forever waive your rights. And if the crash occurred after March 24th, 2023, it's 2 years. So those deadlines are strict. If you miss those deadlines, that's it. You can never bring a claim again. So make sure that you know those deadlines and don't wait till the last day or the last week. Sometimes it does take a little while to find out who the proper entities are. Remember, they play games with the delivery service provider, and so you really need to find out and do the legwork ahead of time. So as soon as something like this happens, immediately contact our office so we can figure out who are the proper parties to bring a claim.
And what would, I know we always like to talk about how, you got to hire a lawyer, don't try to do it on your own, all that stuff. But is there a sense that with Amazon, it's even tougher to try to do it on your own? Is it even more important to get someone with experience when you're dealing with somebody that big?
Absolutely. Amazon is a different animal in and of itself. Let's say you get into a trucking accident and you're just dealing with a trucking company. So you have your normal, so the driver, the trucking company, the broker, the shipper, whoever's in that chain, the motor carrier. But here in the Amazon setting, it's all hidden, right? So we don't even know. We have to really dig down and not only prove that the delivery service provider was controlled by Amazon, but we have to show how they were controlled down to every single moment, from the moment they get the package to the moment they deliver to the moment they do the routes, to controlling every single aspect on them with the phone. I mean, it's just more complex than your average trucking case. So, and they do that for a reason. They're not looking to pay these claims. They're looking to make it difficult. So it's our job to ensure that we make the difficult look easy for the jury to understand, and for Amazon to understand that they are going to be facing a jury on this issue, and a jury is going to be unforgiving when you play all these games. So I would say it's a lot more difficult to figure out what's going on. I would strongly suggest you contact our office or someone who's handled these cases before and knows the ins and outs. So feel free to contact me if you have questions. I'll walk you through it.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Sagi. And thank you for tuning in to Road to Recovery, Advocacy and Insights for Trucking Accidents with Sagi Shaked. To connect with Sagi, or if you'd like some more information, you can visit shakedlaw.com, and be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and leave us a review. We do appreciate it. Sagi, thanks so much for all the information. Always great to see you.
Absolutely. Love sharing the info and educating everyone.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.